Last night we played Louisiana College, a team that didn't have the size or experience that our group had, and I felt like we took care of business and did what we needed to do. We shot the ball extremely well, 13 of 26 from three, 16 of 19 from the free throw line. The one area our defense was good. The one area that we were disappointed in was turnovers. We were a little bit casual with the ball, tried to throw too many lob passes that were stolen and just got careless with the basketball. But when you play a lot of different people and combinations, that tends to happen from time to time. We're excited about our opportunity to kick off homecoming week with the win, and now we're looking forward to another homecoming week opportunity against Savannah State. That game will be at 4 o'clock, as Matt stated, on Friday afternoon. It'll be an afternoon tilt, a little different. Savannah State plays tomorrow night against Middle Georgia at home. They've lost at Cincinnati, and they also lost to East Tennessee. Last year, they led the nation in three-point field goals made per game, 13 and a half made per game, and they also shot 58% of their shots from three-point range. As compared to, we shot 33% last year for us, to give you an idea. So a team that shoots the ball, it's spaced and shoots the ball as much from distance as they do, is always in a game. If they shoot 50, they're going to make some, they're going to miss some, they're going to continue to shoot. And we're going to have to do a good job, like we did last night, defending the three-point shot and run people off the three-point line. We gave up 1 3 late in the game yesterday to Louisiana College. 9 of the top 10 players for Savannah State are juniors or seniors. They're an experienced team, and Coach Broadnax is a friend. He's done a really good job there. He obviously played at Georgetown and is very familiar with USL or UL, as he played against us back in the Great Alaskan Shootout. Looking forward to attacking their zone. They're going to sit back and they'll do a 2-2-1 three-quarter court press back to a zone, and they'll sit in the zone, so that we'll have to make shots as we did against LC, and it'll be good preparation for our conference games as we play some teams that'll play a lot of zone in Georgia State, et cetera. Back to Louisiana College last night. Glad to get out of there. Playing well and getting a win. Some other teams haven't been so fortunate. Last week, Little Rock lost at home to Ouachita Baptist. There's been several upsets. I think Northwestern State lost to Laterno. So there's an example in our league and within our state of teams that didn't take care of their business and do their jobs. So we'll leave after the game, depart for New Orleans. We fly out Saturday morning at 6. We'll be in the Caymans 12:30 on Saturday. Have a walkthrough Saturday afternoon or evening. Practice at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, and play at noon against Iowa on Monday. And look forward to participating in that tournament. Did an interview yesterday with the media down there, and I'm sure it'll be a first-class event.
What does it do for your team to play this type of event as it's the first one?
Well, it's a great opportunity for us, and we were excited to go. When we were asked to participate, we wanted to know who the other teams were, and he said, we're going after an RPI field. And the teams that are in the tournament all had a great RPI last year, and it's going to be a good event. At Alabama, Coach Murphy and I were fortunate enough to participate in the first Top of the World Classic, which was in Fairbanks, Alaska, a tournament that we won. So that was a neat thing, and this one will be a little nicer weather, I would think, than Alaska, and a little bit more daylight than we had up there. But it's going to be a special event. They've done a great job putting it together. They've got a new gym there on the Caymans, and looking forward to seeing it.
Did you take the Caymans tournament with the idea of it could toughen up a veteran team?
Absolutely. It's a team, it's a game. First of all, with Iowa playing a Big Ten team, and then to play 3 days in a row is practice for your conference tournament. So that definitely came into mind. We felt like We knew that we'd lose Jay once we had the guys sitting out. We knew we'd have some depth that we could turn to, as we mentioned last night, that we didn't have a year ago, so it made sense to go test our guys early.
You look at like Bryce and Stove, even going back when Alfred was around and everything, you walk out of here like really well-traveled kids. How much is that just part of the whole experience?
It's a good point. It's the total student-athlete experience, whether we Jonathan and Bryce, as I've talked about before, went on a 15-day tour of New Zealand with Athletes in Action. They also got to go to the Captain's Academy and with Athletes in Action in Xenia, Ohio this past year. There were 2 of 24 people selected to come and learn and try to be better leaders. Frank has been to China on the same trip that Alfred and Jay Wright went on. Frank went to Belize on a trip, and then we took our team to Cuba on a trip. And then to use the passports again and go to Cayman, go right over Cuba, is another good experience for our guys. And I think that's something that we talk about in recruiting. We're going to provide opportunities for the individual player as well as the team to go travel and to grow as young men.
Drawing that Cuba experience, having already traveled as a team, not to get maybe caught up so much in the island experience and understanding the basketball portion of it?
Yeah, I think it'll help. The water's nice, the beaches are nice. This will be a little bit more public where we're staying at 7 Mile Beach than where we stayed at Veradera. Plus, we had time at Veradera. We played the 3 games in Havana, so our basketball was over. So even from a coaching standpoint, I was able to relax for a day. But this will be a business trip. It'll happen quickly. There won't be a lot of sightseeing. But the experience of going to Cuba definitely should help our guys be prepared.
Anything on Stove, update-wise?
No, not from last night, not yet. I'm sure he will not practice today or tomorrow, and we'll see if he can go on Friday.
Do you have to give you representing the university speech and let what happened in China, or is that just a given?
No, we'll talk about it for sure. Anytime you have a teaching point, we want to capitalize on that and make sure that our young men know that they're representing themselves, their family, the university, our basketball team, and the state of Louisiana, and make sure that we conduct ourselves at all times. So we will address that before we go.
Going back to Friday, with a team that's going to have the reputation coming in and just putting it up from all different angles, how do you kind of prepare mentally if you're a defender for that? I mean, do you have to sort of approach it differently?
Well, you got to take care of your own yard, so to speak, and guard your yard, and try to keep from getting broken down on the dribble and creating help for the offense, because that's all they want to do. They've got 5 guys out. They don't really play with a center. We'll have to use a small lineup for the most part, I believe. And guard, take care of the ball. Stop the dribble and make them make tough twos. We did that at Ole Miss. They made some tough twos. Their guards were very good. They also made a couple of threes last night. The group wasn't able to make the tough twos. But that'll be our goal, and it'll be a challenge for our guys individually.
Turnovers didn't kill y'all last night, but in some of the bigger games, they could come back and bite you. How do you prepare your team to cut the turnovers pretty much in half, but not any at all?
Well, first turnover of the game was on the tip at Ole Miss. We lost the ball in a dribble block between Stove and Marcus Stroman, and then we had 2 more the rest of that half, which we had a double-digit lead in the half at one time. So we had 3 for the half. Wound up having 10 in the second half, and a couple of those were fumbled. They were layups that we fumbled. Should have gone in the basket. Last night, first time out, media timeout, we told the guys we already got 5 turnovers. Okay. We tried to make too many home run passes, too many lobs. And, again, we're playing with different guys. It's a different game. So I don't think – obviously, when you have low turnovers, you got a better chance to win. I mean, we played Creighton in an NCAA tournament and had 4 turnovers in the game. So you always want a low turnover, but sometimes you're going to have them. And you have to track what are the turnovers. Are they offensive fouls? Are they you losing the ball on the dribble? Are you throwing the ball away, which is what we did last night. Felt like we threw it away too many times. But with different combinations, we get into our rotation and get into conference play, and I believe we'll do a good job taking care of the ball. We did last year, and I think we can build on that.
Stroman last night didn't take a shot. Knowing how he plays, is that a good thing? Or
Well, he scored a career high at Ole Miss, and I told you guys earlier I didn't think he would score average what Jay Wright averages. He's not that type of player. And you saw last night he had a layup, and he gave it back to Bryce for a dunk early in the game. And he just wants to win and run the team. I would like for him to be a little bit more aggressive as far as looking for a shot, but he's always going to be a pass-first guy.